Hello and welcome back to the Bedtime Stories podcast, episode 31.
With your hosts, Callum and Hannah.
You lot thought
Hey!
Sorry, I thought you was finished. Didn't think you were going to carry on. Then I forgot it's you. You just waffled, didn't you? Anyway, we are back. We didn't forget about you lot because normally we do an episode and then piss off for a couple of months, didn't we?
We're like, oh, sorry, forgot about that.
That's what we tend to do.
Forgot we were literally working on a podcast. Ooh. I thought you were going to shout at me just a minute then.
Why?
Just about in the first 10 seconds there. I really did. Because I spoke over him.
Right, okay. We need a producer for the podcast. So if you have any experience in this, just please come and help me because I do all of this by myself, the editing. I set everything up. And like when I'm trying to do it, Hannah comes in and Hannah's like a ball in a china shop. She comes in, she moves the cameras, she moves the chair. She shuts the door so hard that the books fall off the shelves. Like, bro.
Let's cut back to yesterday's podcast. Let's cut back to the last podcast where Callum was like, yeah, since I come back from Thailand, I feel like I can manage my stress a lot better.
Seriously, since I've come back from Thailand, though, I've actually I've noticed I've been able to handle my stress a little bit better. I only stressed out for like a few seconds and then I calmed down. Look what she did. She just moved everything, man.
I literally moved the table half an inch.
What do you need to do?
It's
do you need to
fine.
move your mic? If you need to move your mic, then you put your foot on the table because babe, I can't do everything, all right? Like, honestly. Oh, God, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown on the podcast.
It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday, all right? It's a jittery day. Let's get into it, though.
It's 9 a.m. on a fucking Friday.
You know that song is not actually about Hi Ibiza. She didn't even write that originally about the club. She's never even been to Ibiza. She's from America. She had no idea that.
But I think I've seen this clip. She said it's not about Hive. So I don't think it's about a club called Hive in America. It's about a club Hi in Ibiza.
No, because I saw a video of her being like, hi Ibiza, like, can you let me come to your club? I've never been to Europe or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, interesting. I thought it was like, get the fuck up, we're going to High, because she'd been to High. Because she was European. But she is not, alas.
I don't get even what you're talking about. Anyway, right, I want to talk about how we're settling in post-Thailand. Now, I want to come up with an expression. I'm going to call it post-Thailand traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, okay.
Post-Thailand distress disorder. PTSD. No, that would be PTDS. No.
Oh, my God.
Post-Thailand
Traumatic.
stress disorder,
okay.
yeah.
So PTSD.
PTSD. Post-Thailand stress disorder is a thing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Explain.
So when you go to Thailand, obviously it's a totally different life, right? You're always 2 minutes away from the most beautiful beach you've ever seen. All the people are happy. The sun's always beaming. You can go and smoke. You can go and drink, and you don't have to worry about nothing, right? And then you get used to this lifestyle because you're out there for so long, and then your body adjusts, your brain adjusts, and you're just happier than you've ever been. And then you come back to this country that we call England, right? And then you look outside and it's grey skies. All the people are miserable.
Yeah.
There's too many cars on the roads, the school traffic, the work traffic.
I think we could rephrase it and call it PTSD, but post-travelling stress disorder.
Post-travelling stress disorder.
Because coming back to reality after travelling. Now, we are not travel experts by any means. We went for 4 bloody weeks, right? We've been back for a week. And the way that you slip into old life again is so alarming. Like, I thought we'd come back and it would be like, so much has changed, like a different way of life. But getting back into your old habits is way too easy. And that's what's really thrown me off track these last few weeks, is that I'm like, these last few days, is that I'm like, well, everything's just still normal. It's just the same. You're just back in the same shit again. Yeah,
you come back and it's just like you have the day or two of everyone asking you, how was it? And it's still fresh in your mind. You've still got the tan. You feel pretty good at your home. You've missed your home comforts.
Yeah.
But then you realise you're back. You're back in the nightmare that once was. And it's a feeling that I can't explain. And this is genuinely why I said, just prepare yourself before you go travelling. Because when you come back, nothing feels the same.
It's not even just that. It's that everything is still the same. It's that everything around you is still the same, but you are not the same. You have changed and you've experienced so many different things and you've seen so many new places, but everything around you coming back home has quite literally been stagnant. It's like a time capsule. Yeah. You've come back and there's just nothing has differentiated. It's just the same. And
even you've struggled a bit with staying indoors. Normally you're a homebod.
Listen, I'm a gal. I'm a Taurus. I'm a person that loves early nights. I love being in bed. I'm a chill kind of person. You know, I like being at home. I like sorting my life out at home. since coming home from traveling, I quite literally cannot sit still. I'm like, right, what are we doing today? Where are we going? Let's go do something. Let's go here. Let's go. Being at home for longer than 2 hours, I'm like, well, why are we at home? Like, let's go do something. I can't do it anymore. And that's been a real personality change for me, because that is not like me at all. I love being at home. If there's an outing and it's being cancelled, oh, I'm so happy. I can't wait to be at home. Can't wait to be at home. But now I'm like, well, why? Why am I not doing something today? Like, I should be doing stuff.
You're saying about the early mornings. Since we've come back, we've literally been sleeping at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? And then waking up at 6, 7 a.m.
Traveling has fixed our sleeping schedule. Woo!
Fixed it. Like, legit, like, fixed it.
Never in my life, for the 8 years me and Callum have been together, has this man gotten up before me consistently and actually been like awake and alert and ready for the day. Normally it's me like literally dragging him out of bed like 10 o'clock. Yep. Now he's up at like 6. He's making coffees. He's tidying the room. He's sorting stuff out.
Every single morning.
Every single morning, which is so unlike him. No, you must admit there was a point where you were waking up at like 11 p.m.
Oh, bro, there was a point. I was so depressed. I was waking up at like 12 midday sometimes, and then I'd have to squeeze everything into the 8 hours, 9 hours I had. Well, I wouldn't say that actually. I'd say
you'd have like
12
4
hours because I would go to sleep at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was just ridiculous. My sleeping pattern was so bad. I was always moody. I was drinking quite a bit as well.
What do you think's the thing that affected your sleep the most? Like, what was the part of your day that would like make you stay up so late? Was it like watching TV, or like what is the thing that would make you stay up so late?
I don't know, but all it takes with me is like 1 or 2 days of bad sleep, and then I'm in a bad sleeping pattern for the foreseeable.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'll go out and drink booze, and then I'll wake up the next day with a hangover at 12 o'clock, and then I won't get tired. I'll stay up till 2, and then it's a repeating cycle.
Yeah. See, if that ever happens to me, always on a hangover day as well, because I'm still absolutely exhausted, I will just sleep so well the next day. Or even so, you just got to fix your pattern the next day. Like, be like, right, well, I have to get up really early so that I fix my schedule and sleep early the next day, because otherwise you're just like you'll just spend a whole month being like, well, I've literally wasted. You know how nice it is waking up early and then having those extra like 4 hours in the morning that you didn't normally have, like 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, those hours are amazing. It's quiet, no one's around. Do you know what, I feel like a right little preacher right now. I'm like, getting up early, am I better than everyone else? That's how it feels, getting up early. That you look around, you're like, you just woke up. Yeah. I've done this, I've done that. You can really brag about it, you know. You can really brag about it.
I don't know. Listen, 6. You've been waking up at about 7, right?
Okay, because to be fair though, you've been going to sleep at 10. I've been going to sleep at 11.
Yeah, but because you keep reading your book.
Callum, this is a major improvement in the life of Hannah, because I used to be up until about 2, 3 a.m. reading my book. Okay,
it's actually bad.
Now
it's actually so bad.
Why is it bad?
Your book habits.
I have a hobby.
Your book addiction is genuinely getting in the way of your life.
No.
Yes,
I'm going to counteract this again, right? Okay, so you have a TV show that you love watching in the evenings, yeah? That's your thing. You binge watch it for like 2 weeks straight. You stay up late till night. You're watching that TV show, yeah? You finish the TV show, but then what replaces that? YouTube. What replaces that? Doom scrolling. The only difference is that rather than me sitting in bed at night doom scrolling or watching YouTube or watching a TV show, I read. What is the issue? The only issue is that just because Callum doesn't like it, I don't talk to him for a couple of hours. I'm reading my bookie.
A couple of hours?
Yeah.
A couple of hours. Let's be honest, Hannah. There will be a whole day could go by before you've realised, I'm back in the real world. And then do you know what happens, right? She starts to get so engaged in these books that she will get in a mood with me because, like, I don't slay fucking dragons. And I don't get on one knee and ask her to marry me whilst like having my cock out or something. Because let's be honest, your books are very smutty.
Callum, no. You know for facts. No. You know for facts. There are so many books out there that are, the ones that I read are nowhere near as bad as what is out there. Let me tell you right now, I read the description of one book and I flipped it over and I went, this woman needs therapy, and did not read it. I can't do... The thing about really smutty books is that it takes away from the story, and that pisses me off. And you know that for facts. I tried to start a series recently and I was like, it was this cowboy fantasy. It was not fantasy. It was this cowboy romance. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? I would much prefer a really well written... I can't do contemporary romance. It needs to be a really well structured, well layered, strong female characters. Otherwise, I just get bored.
But I just want to point out that if they don't have intercourse during this book, you get disappointed.
No, because
Yes, you do. Because the other day, you literally said to me, Callum, I'm 70% of the way through this book and they haven't even kissed yet.
Yeah, because they hadn't kissed, but then they kissed at the end of the book. They did not have intercourse.
Because when they kissed, you went, oh my God, they've kissed. It's getting spicy now. And then I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because...
And even worse, I will be trying to sleep. And then what Hannah does is when something interesting in the book happens, she very loudly and obnoxiously... And I'm like, fucking hell, babe, can you shut up?
The girls that get it. You don't understand, Callum. You don't get it.
I just want to say that these books are taking over relationships.
I don't like that you're berating my hobby. I really don't. I don't complain when you start fucking getting horny over cameras, do I? Oh, babe, look at this video. Oh, do you want to watch a video and see the difference between a 30 megapixel camera and a 100 megapixel camera? No, Callum, I don't. So just go away. This is what I mean. If I sat here going on about your stupid addiction to cameras and equipment and lighting and this, you wouldn't feel very nice, would you?
Can I just say, that is all a business investment, by the way.
Here we go.
So technically, I'm investing in my future, and it's worth it. What are you doing? Reading about sci-fi romances and men that fly dragons. Get a load of this guy.
He's so jealous.
No, I'm not, bruv. I just know you read these books and then look over at me and go, ugh. Ugh. Why do you think I started getting tattoos?
That's too funny. Why don't you ever want to get into reading though? I think the thing is, it's not even just, I don't just read like fantasy romances. I do read like other stuff. I read self-help books all the time. I don't understand why you don't want to try and read. It's such a good thing.
The only books I can read are like either biographies of someone who's got an interest in life and that I can learn from, or like a self-help book.
Yeah.
For example, the only books that I've ever read is like Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's called Subtle Ways to Not Give a Fuck. I think that's what
Subtle
it's called.
Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Like I've got the 48 Laws of Power, which I'm still trying to get through. It's quite hard. It's pretty not interesting. And then other books like about just bettering life and all that. And the next step I want to take is become better at talking.
What, like public speaking?
Yeah, but also I want to expand my vocabulary, have better connecting words, and just be able to... I want to be able to go up to anybody of all IQ levels and hold a conversation.
Okay, let's do a word of the day. Because generally we used to do this. If you know from the podcast episodes, like in the beginning, I used to do a word of the day to help, because this is the issue you used to have. Do you remember? You used to literally say, I want to expand my vocabulary.
Yeah.
And I used to say, well, reading's going to help you with that. And lo and behold, he hasn't read a book since.
Well, I just find it boring at the moment.
Do word of the day. Let's do a word of the day.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, what? I thought you were just going to give me a word.
No. Like, let's get a generator and get a word of the day.
Why didn't you just ask Siri?
Because I'm not an AI. Today's word of the day is thanatology, which is a study of death and dying.
That's fucking
encompassing
morbid.
various aspects like psychological care of dying patients and forensic science. It's a Greek word meaning thanatos, which is dead. Also, that is interesting because that is where Thanos comes from. What?
You know, I can't even remember the word you just said. Thanatical.
Oh my God. Thanatology.
So this is why I can't read. It just doesn't stay in it. I'm a visual learner.
You're a kinetic learner. A kinetic learner, which is, I think it's where you need to have words and visual. It's a mixture of both.
Yeah. I need words and visual. Like I need to do. For me to learn, I need to do something.
Yeah.
Hence why I enjoy doing the podcast, because I spent years learning this, and because I'm a perfectionist, I got to do everything to the top. And it's why I spent so much fucking money and time.
But I think what would help you with your vocab as well, help everyone. We need to stop saying the word like as a connecting word for everything. Like, okay, and right. If I go through and listen to myself, I'm like, right, okay, so basically like, what the hell? I've just said 4 words and it's meant nothing. Right, okay, basically, so like, that entire first sentence, you will understand it. You understand it as me starting off a sentence, but what the fuck have I just said? Nothing. I've said nothing.
I start a lot of my sentences with okay and right.
Right, okay, right. So basically...
Yeah. Right.
Right. Right, that's enough for today then. You just get up. But that's the annoying thing about it, is that connecting words like. So like basically, like okay, yeah. Why is my entire vocabulary based off of the word like?
I think it's probably just what we see online and all that. And when we talk to people out in public, obviously,
Obviously, like.
Obviously.
Obviously, like.
Everyone just says it, so we pick up on it. Subconscious. It's in our subconscious, isn't it?
Oh, look at you, psychoanalyzing.
Word of the day, bro.
Reads 3 self-help books.
Do you know who I really respect and who I actually enjoy listening to?
Do tell.
Chris Williamson.
Is he the sociologist?
Psychologist. I don't know. I think so. But he has a podcast called Modern Wisdom. And when I tell you the way he speaks, I'm like, didn't understand what you just said, brother, but that sounded smart.
There's sometimes when we used to watch Russell Brand videos as well, because he's got a really good YouTube channel.
God,
he's got such informative videos, and we used to sit there and watch it, and then I had to like pause it halfway through, and Cam's like, what does that mean? And I'd just like explain it to you, and then we'd carry on. But I think it's really important to know about that side of life. It's not just even about knowing about politics. I think it's good to know about culture and society in general. Maybe that's just me sociological mind coming through.
Yeah. Sometimes when you speak, I think, oh, I really did get with a nerd.
In what instance? In what instance, sir?
I don't know. I just sometimes sit and I just genuinely think, oh, she is actually a little geek.
What would I say that would make you think that?
Just like, I don't know. When we're walking through a town centre and stuff, and you're like, oh, can I go into the bookshop? Or like, oh, we was in a shopping centre in Thailand, the MBK Centre, the biggest shopping centre in the world, I think it is, and they have everything in there, right? We get lost. We end up on a floor where it's English literature, and it's like, oh, and it's the only floor she did that on, and I'm like, are you joking me right now? Everything around us, and you're interested by the English literature? It
was a learning school. It was an international learning school, and I thought that was so interesting. I was like, let me look around and see what they're teaching the kids.
Bro, honestly.
Yeah, but I used to work in education. You've got to understand that I find that very, very interesting.
Used to work in education. God. But talking about, like, berating you, as you said.
Okay.
Have you seen that clip of Alec Baldwin's wife on the red carpet?
Which one's Alec Baldwin? Is that the one that got done for the...
Alec Baldwin is the guy that shot that woman producer
Who's
and killed her.
Who's the other one?
He's got a brother.
Hailey Bieber's dad. Yeah, there's another
Was it Hailey Baldwin at first?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. So you've got Alec Baldwin and you've got his brother. Can't remember. But I want to show you this clip of... He was bigging her up, right? And all of a sudden she just sort of tells him to shut up. But I want your take on this.
Right, let me see.
And I want your guys' take on this, on how you would have handled this and if he handled it well. Sorry about the quality. It's absolutely awful. Right, ready?
Yeah.
We're going to see, we're going to see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's going to be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. Sorry. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Oh, shit.
This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. No,
oh, that's making me so uncomfortable.
I mean, I think it's this.
Bro, she's laughing like
so uncomfortable. I mean,
the disrespect.
Do you know what though? I don't know their backstory or anything, but for all you know, he's been an asshole to her all day, and she's just fucking fed up of it.
I don't know the way she spoke to him there, and the way he's just sort of brushing it off.
Wait, how does it carry on? How does it carry on?
All right.
It's a really raw show, and it's very real, and we took a lot of chances.
Look, he's so mad.
And I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it feels like to have be out there, and then we'll see, if people like it. That's
the Ilaria show.
Shush, when I talk, you're not talking. Bro.
That is very
Hannah,
awkward. I feel really uncomfortable watching that.
If we was being televised and you did that to me, I'm walking. I'm gone. You're never seeing me again. My bags are packed and I am gone.
I mean, maybe because they're in the scope of Hollywood as it is, that she probably did let her guard down and thought it would be fine to say that, but that
seems like the most entitled woman in the world. How ridiculous.
That is really awkward. I feel awkward even just thinking about it as like his face and
you can't defend that.
That poor interviewer.
Mate, well, no, it's a good viral clip for him.
No,
it's gone so viral.
But imagine you're interviewing and literally there's a couple in front of you disrespecting each other and you're like, so what do you think the movie's like today?
Just watch the way
I think we're gonna see, we're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to.
That is diabolical.
That is very disrespectful. Again, though, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and be like, well, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. For all you know.
The benefit of the doubt.
For all you know, this is the only time she can speak up is when it's actually in public because it's being televised.
Look at the way it's paused on his face looking at the camera. He's like,
did you fucking just see that? Did you see what
you guys see what I got to put up with here? I would have left so damn quick. You don't understand.
I genuinely think you would have you would have walked away you would have walked away forever.
I would have walked away forever. I mean, like, as a man, you don't let anybody talk to you like that. As a woman, you wouldn't let anybody talk to you like that.
As a person, you don't let anyone talk to you like that.
Oh, here we go. What? Because there's only like there's
no,
there's more
Callum.
than
It's because you
two
started
genders.
it off saying as a man. Also, we got gender stereotype the other day in Thailand for our dinner. Callum ordered the salmon, and I ordered the steak. And then when they brought it over, they placed the steak down in front of Callum and the salmon in front of me, and I was sat there like, did you just gender stereotype us? Because I wanted a steak, because Callum can't actually eat steak.
Okay, right. This is the backstory to this. I love steak, eating steak my whole life until 2 years ago. I had a steak in Miller and Carter, and all of a sudden started choking on it. But it was more like an indigestion, and I tried to drink some liquid to make it go down. Didn't work. Just sat on top of the steak, and then I was like, I couldn't sort of breathe and speak. In the end, I got it back up, coughing and all that, blah, blah, blah. And it went all over my plate, ruined my dinner.
Oh, lovely.
And then after that, had a steak and some more steak. I was good. And then all of a sudden, I had a steak one day. And again, it happened, but it was worse. Ended up coughing it back up. But before that, I was sick a few times, like because whatever I was drinking would just sit on top and come back up. And then it happened the third time. But this time, it really felt like I was dying, like I was actually choking. And like my mum came out to the kitchen to get a drink, and she looked at me. She went, "You're all right?" And I was like, "Not like."
Yeah.
Couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. It was actually stuck.
Yeah.
Since that day, I've not had another steak, and I've noticed it only ever happens if I haven't eaten for a long period of time, and then I eat a steak. It's almost like I haven't warmed up my esophagus for the steak, and because I don't really chew my food properly, a steak is obviously quite stringy and thick.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it happens. But I should go and see a doctor. It's not normal.
I think your tongue, like, I think your windpipe must be too small for how much food you put into it. Because Callum's also a very slow eater. Like, I feel like Callum stores his food in like his cheeks and then like swallows it in sections to go down, which makes me then think that your windpipe must be quite small because you can't get enough down. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I should get it checked. It's obviously not normal, but yeah, it's quite gutting because obviously I love steak and I used to love going to steak restaurants, get some Japanese A5 wagyu. You know what I mean?
How often were we eating Japanese A5? I've never even tried wagyu.
Because I was always with Tay when I got it.
Taylor. Taylor, the most expensive part of our life.
Oh my God. When you go for dinner with Tay, most of you know him as the light skin general, you're not spending no less than 300 quid on a meal. Do you know what I mean? You'll end up in like the Shangri-La, or you'll end up in Nusret or whatever, and you'll end up the bill will come to a combined £600. Me and Tay, we always do this thing where we just split it. No matter who's at the table, we just get it and split it because we like that. And we end up spending an arm and a leg.
In the time that we've known him, nearly 3 years, have we ever gone to like a Pizza Express together? Have we ever gone to like a...
We did.
We
did. Remember before that event one time we went to a Pizza Express?
Oh, Vapiano.
Yeah, it was like...
Oh, no, Pizza Express, you're
right,
yeah.
This is a cheap meal.
Yeah, and there was 8 people there and you and him still split it.
No, that was funny. But yeah, big up Tay. I miss you, bruv. I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh.
I've been stuck with this thing.
Okay, you know what? 28 minutes now.
I'm actually sorry. For the rest of the podcast, I'm not going to like talk bad on you.
Promise?
Promise.
Pinky promise.
I pinky promise. I love you. Oh.
I can't get over. I can't move.
Oh, you didn't even move, mate.
No, I can't move.
So lazy. I'm not going to finish that.
Did you? Wait, okay. If you be rude to me one more time in the next podcast, you owe me. You have to read one of my books.
I'm not reading one of your books.
You have to read.
You couldn't pay me.
Okay,
you couldn't pay me.
You have to read a book. A book.
All right, I'll read a book, but you couldn't. I'll go and buy one of them 5-page kids books.
Just a 10-page novella. What was the fish one? The rainbow fish. The puppet. What was that one called?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. All right. So if we can't like slag each other off and belittle each other, let's judge other people's relationships.
Ooh, so I've been waiting for this one.
So have I. So I told you guys to send in your relationship dilemmas to my Instagram, and I was going to use the best one, and the winner was going to get £100.
I'm so sorry.
That's disgusting. We have a winner, and we're going to play you the voice note. Okay, so this is basically a relationship dilemma somebody had with his ex, and I'm pretty gobsmacked about this.
Okay, I don't remember listening to it, so you're gonna. I think this is gonna be my first listen.
And I want your lot's opinion in the comments on what you would have done in this situation. Okay.
The replies that you don't like. well, I was dating this girl. This is my last ex. I met her at a party, got a number, things going nice. Took her out for dinner. Dated her for about a month. And the replies started going like dead. I won't get anything from her. She barely meet me anymore. And I thought, a bit weird. And so pretty much her dad lives near where I live, and she lives far away. So she was down at her dad's, and I thought, usually when she's down at her dad's, she sees me. So I knocked on the door. Her dad said, yeah, she got some mates round. So I've gone up.
She got some mates round.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
Okay.
I know where this is going.
Like, she just got friends round.
And
Okay.
the dad was just happy to open the door. And that. Okay.
Upstairs, and there's two guys with her.
That's okay. Could be her gay best friends.
Or just friends.
Or friends, yeah. No, sorry, let's rephrase that. What? If I walked into your house and you was with two guys in a room and they weren't gay, I'm pretty sure that'd be a bit fucking crazy.
What if they're your friends?
That's even worse! Why would you be in a room with my two friends?
Just play it. I'm stressed out. I need to know what happens.
Yeah, I don't really want to say it, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
So essentially what he's saying is he walked in on his girlfriend getting DP'd.
That dad is so... What the hell?
Just two friends.
He's just like, yeah, come in.
Come in, mate. She's got two more guys upstairs hanging out the back of her.
No, but like, surely he... I don't know. That just sounds a bit odd. Like, why would the dad be happy to... Yeah, come in. Like, she's got other friends. Like, I don't know. It just sounds a bit odd.
Maybe she snuck him in and just said to her dad, I've got a couple of friends round, don't come in.
I don't know, though. It just
You
sounds
know
a
what I
bit
mean?
odd.
Like, in that situation, as a man, right, you're either going to prison or you're a good enough person to compose yourself, walk back out of that room, and never show your face there again.
Maybe they were just tidying up, you know?
Tidying up her insides.
Reaching down, you know, picking up clothes off the floor.
What would you do, right, if I weren't replying to your messages and then you just surprised me? You came in and mum's like, yeah, he's got two friends upstairs. He doesn't... I don't know who.
Number one, your mother would never do that. She would have texted me already and been like, what the fuck?
But she doesn't know who. I just said, I've got a couple friends here, just don't come in.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you knock at the door, you come upstairs into the room, and then I've got two girls laying by my side in bed, just like, yeah.
Do you know, you say like as a man you'd go to prison. I genuinely, this is what I would do to really cut you deep as a woman, to cut you deep. I would just never speak to you again. You would not even know I exist. You wouldn't even know what time I'm waking up at. You wouldn't even know where I live, nothing. I would cut you off so deep. And then I would also make all your friends cut you off as well. So you had no one around you. Yeah. And then on top of that, I would expose you on the internet.
This is what I was going to say. I was going to say you would not do that. You would probably kick off, start smashing my stuff up, chuck it out the window. You'd probably walk back out the house, film a video, say, this is my boyfriend, been cheating on me. This is the guy that you watch on TikTok.
No, to be fair, a sensitive thing like that, I actually, you know, I could not do that. I don't think I could ever, no.
When you're that furious, we're saying this because we've never experienced it.
Yeah, but straight away, my first emotion is never anger. My first emotion is always like, right, this is the end of my life. Traumatized. So, and then I leave it and then I process the emotions later. My first emotion is never anger. Yours is.
Yeah, it is. I think that's just the way men are wired, unless you train your brain to be
I know
otherwise.
a lot of women that's first emotion is also anger. For sure.
Yeah, I know a couple of your friends.
My best friend.
Yeah, I know a couple of your friends actually. Yeah.
But it's just like straight away, but it's because it's sadness, and then it's anger and sadness mixed together. Whereas mine would just immediately be like, okay, this is a traumatizing situation for me. Fantastic.
But the thing is, not one guy. Two. That bitch is greedy.
Maybe she was filming a podcast.
The way you're so blasé about this.
No,
man.
it's just I think it sounds a little bit odd that Dad would just let him in and be like, yeah, come on, you know. I don't know. I'm not feeling that story very much. Is there any other ones that you got?
There is another one that I got that actually stood out to me, but it wasn't a voice note.
Okay.
It was just a message. And to be honest, I don't actually need to look at it to tell you. So basically this woman was dating a man.
Right.
And she was like, can I use your laptop just to do something?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, go for it. She ends up stumbling up on this file, right? And she's like,
no.
This is a bit weird. And it was a porn file. And she was like, oh, okay, it's just a bit of porn.
Pause. Already red flag. Why would she think that? Oh, it's just a bit of porn.
Well, I mean,
You're in a long-term relationship and he's got a porn folder.
she was like, I'm not that mad, right? It's all right. It's just porn. And then she clicks on it to see that it's like men shitting on women and pissing all over them.
Okay, you could have said that so much nicer.
No, I couldn't.
Oh.
So what do you do in that situation? Like, if you went through my phone and saw a folder
No,
of
Callum,
over 200,
I feel a little bit sick thinking about it.
you saw a folder of over 250 files of like golden showers and just people getting shat on and that.
I feel really bad for her. That is a traumatizing thing to see.
It is traumatizing.
Oh, I feel sick. No, I actually feel a little bit ill. There's just people out there that just like, oh, people are so weird.
There's some weird people on planet Earth, man.
I hope it's her ex-boyfriend now.
I don't know, because she said at the end of the message, I never told him to this day.
Please.
What do I do?
Please. This needs to be an ex-boyfriend. First of all, red flag that you've got a porn folder. Genuinely, get a life.
Well, if we're going to be talking about lies and keeping secrets from people, what was that? What was the one lie that your parents told you as a kid that was just so unnecessary?
Oh, we did it. You did a TikTok on this yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the main lie that my dad used to tell me as a kid, but I think this might have just been a him thing. I haven't ever heard of anybody saying this lie. Is that when you lie, funny enough, you get a black spot on your tongue. So me and my sister would be sitting there and I'd be like, I'd say a lie and I'd look in the mirror and like look for the black spot. And I was like, Dad, you're like, what do you mean? He's like, no, look properly. And I think it was to get us to not lie.
Obviously, that's what it is.
But the way it was so convincing. It was so convincing.
One I was told is that I think this is universal.
Go on.
Right? If you put the light on in the car whilst you're driving, it's illegal and you'll get arrested. Don't know why that was ever told. That's such an unnecessary lie that no one ever needed to be told.
I don't think I was ever told that it was illegal. It was just like, don't do it because it distracts me. Like, don't do that. It's annoying,
Bro, have you not seen Tesla car lights in 2025? Absolutely blinding.
No, that is such a good conversation. Is why are the lights on new cars these days blinding?
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. After this, we're going to talk about that. Right. Another one that I was told as a kid is if you sit too close to the TV, your eyes will go square.
Eyes will go square. Yeah.
Just unnecessary, right? We just sit here with our phones like this instead.
But isn't it funny that TVs are now rectangle? They're not even square anymore.
Yeah,
so that doesn't even make sense anymore, does it? If anyone still says that, it's like, are you dumb?
Yeah. And then eat your carrots because they'll help you see in the dark.
Yeah.
That was bollocks. I used to love carrots. I didn't have night vision, bruv. What about the one where if you put a funny face outside and the wind hits your face, it will get stuck like that?
I never got told that, but I seen it in that movie, with Jim Carrey, Liar Liar, where his son's like does a face in the wind. He's like, if your face gets stuck like this,
yeah.
That's the only real thing I know about.
But I'm intrigued to know what other people had been told.
Because people's families say different things to them
Yeah,
about what lies they
100%,
tell
like different people. So leave in the comments what a lie you was told as a kid that was just so unnecessary that you believed for a long while, right? Oh my God, here's one, right? This was so unnecessary. My mum and dad actually, technically this is bullying. My mum said to me one day, yeah.
Oh, I know what it was going to be.
We was going to call you Batman. I walked around my school for months and months and months, years. And I was like, yeah, my parents were going to call me Batman when I was born. Imagine how much of an idiot people thought I was. To this day, I probably left primary school and people are just like, remember that kid that always used to say his parents were going to call him Batman?
I think that's quite sweet, though. They were like, because you loved it so much.
That's not sweet. They made me look special.
I think it's sweet. I really do.
I genuinely thought that, they were going to call me Batman.
Oh,
for a long while as well. And the thing that makes it worse as well is I was walking around school saying things like that, but I would also, just for fun, go out in a suit with a briefcase.
Oh my God, this is my favourite thing I know you were talking about this before, but Callum walking around. Just imagine little Callum at age 6 in a full piece suit. No, you're probably 10 or 11, weren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was not that old.
Because the way you were looking at me then, I was
I don't think.
in a full piece suit and a briefcase.
It was my granddad's briefcase and I've still got it.
So cute. Do you know what? You've always been a little old man at heart, haven't you?
Well, I genuinely think that suits and briefcases should be brought back into fashion. I think it's classy.
That's one thing. Callum was going to get. Bear in mind, we're in Thailand. We've got 2 days till we're leaving. No, we're leaving in 1 day. He comes across this suit tailor. He's like, do you know what, babe? I might just get like 3 suits like tailored and like sent out to the UK. I was like, what the
Because it's
hell?
like 1/4 of the price out there.
I know, but still, we're going to waste our trip standing in a tailor room, getting you measured up, and then, it's just so long.
And the thing is, a good tailor takes a good few days and can take up to a week to
That's
get you
what
fit
I'm
right
saying,
and all that.
yeah.
And so that's why I didn't do it, obviously.
The impulsiveness on this man is absolutely incredible. It's crazy. Go back to the headlights.
The Tesla lights
Oh.
now in 2025. Like, why? And I never noticed it, obviously, because I didn't start driving until I was 24, right?
23.
23, fair enough. Why the hell are Tesla lights so bright? And especially on the SUVs. Surely they should be dipped a little bit more.
I wouldn't just say it's Tesla lights though. I would say it's
electric cars, right?
New cars,
It's the new cars.
Because even your car is quite bright.
Yeah, but my car's quite low, so it doesn't really. It's only when I go over
Yeah.
bumps. Like when a car goes over a bump, and you're like, "Why they flash me?" But they didn't flash you. They just went over a bump. Tesla lights and new electric car lights, they just constantly like that.
Yeah, it's so blinding to the point where I'm as a passenger, I'm like.
But it's
Jesus.
dangerous. Like I was going around a bend the other day, and the Tesla was coming around it, and all I could see was the lights, and I couldn't see the bend. And I was like, "Shit!" Like, I slightly went out of my lane, and I had to swerve back in. I was like, "That's genuinely dangerous."
Very dangerous.
It's like the sun being in your eyes, but on the fucking road. And then you get BMW drivers. BMW drivers, what is wrong with you? Do you just get in your car and rip the indicator off? The BMWs come with indicators. And this isn't a joke. Like, it's not even a stereotype. It's true. Like, every BMW that I ever sit behind never indicates.
Never indicate.
Why?
Maybe they just don't want to. And they just think they're better than everyone else.
But I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Are the indicators like just fiddly? Is it quite hard to get there? I don't know.
There's obviously BMW drivers that do indicate. It's just the ones that you see never do.
I don't know about that one, darling. And every BMW driver, owner that I know personally has had issues with or does have issues with.
Not with
And
their car.
my barber currently, right, his car just come back from the garage. It went back in for like a problem with the transmission or something. They're charging him £1,600 fucking pounds.
Wow.
Just for a part.
A part, what? Obviously, 'cause it's hard to get them, isn't it? 'Cause It's not
know.
an English-made car, is
No,
it?
it wasn't the part. Sorry. Scrap that. The part was £200.
Right.
The part was £200. It was the labour. I was going to cost £1,400.
Oh,
Mate, I was like, sell that shit and just get yourself an Audi, mate.
here we go.
Audis.
Callum's
an Audi.
Callum's an Audi advocate. Can you tell he's got an Audi?
I love Audi. Audi is genuinely like, I just don't hear of problems with Audis. Oh, no.
Don't touch wood, Callum. You've got MOT in 3 weeks.
I shouldn't say that. Because I come back from Thailand and my car's got a crack in the windscreen, it's got a dent in the side, my spark plugs need changing. What else is wrong with it?
Here we go. Although no problems with Audis. Proceeds to list out all the problems he's got
But
with his car.
those aren't problems with the mechanics of the car. Those are like just cosmetic.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
Anywho, does anybody want to hear about the problems in Callum's car? No, because I fucking don't. I fucking want to hear about it.
No, Hannah wants to hear about Bad Bunny's new Calvin Klein ad.
Perreo, baby. Tra, tra, baby.
Should we play it?
Baby. Hey.
Should we play it? Right. What's the best thing that I'll be able to find it on, do you think?
It's on Spotify. Not Spotify, sorry, YouTube. I can't bloody talk today. It's very early in the morning. On
Okay, let's see if we can find the Bad Bunny Calvin Klein ad.
Perreo, baby. Tra, tra, baby.
Is it
What
this
I
one?
what I love is that they used his new music in it, and he looks fantastic. Ooh! Come on. Even you've got to admit you enjoy watching this as well.
Okay, so this is all I've heard Hannah listen to for the past few days.
Oh my god. What, like once a day?
Her
Like,
screen
chill
time's
out.
probably about 6
Hey,
hours.
chill out. People can be like, oh, you let your girlfriend watch that.
You see, right? They could have made it so cool, but that little twerk thing there, bruv, that's just a bit mad, isn't it?
He's a Latin man. You don't get it.
The vibe is infinite.
The
The vibe is infinite.
He is shredded in this as well.
It looks great.
That's a bit sus.
Por ahí y nunca llego sola. Ella nunca llega sola. I like it because I like the song as well. So
What's your opinion on patchwork tattoos on men?
I think they look great. You got to think like Harry Styles, Bad Bunny. I do think they look all right. You've got to have a certain personality and a certain look to you for it to work.
But the thing is, if he ever wants a big piece, he can't get it.
I mean,
They're all in the way.
I mean, Justin Bieber started off as patchwork. And he
still has patchwork.
No. Have you seen his tattoos now?
No.
He's covered in them. Type in Justin Bieber's tattoos after this. I'll show you. I don't just realised I haven't even watched this full thing.
Hobbies on?
Do you have your Calvins on?
Do we have your Calvins on?
No, it's Calvins.
I genuinely think this would be better if he spoke in Spanish.
In Spanish. I think patchwork tattoos can be really, really nice. I don't see what the problem is with them. I think on women as well, I think they're beautiful.
Women,
I must admit, I love big pieces on women, especially if they're like very well
big
done.
Pieces.
Yeah, I think that if they're very well done, they're beautiful.
I've been saying for ages, I think you should get a back piece down
I don't
the
want
middle.
like a massive one though, and my main reasoning is that I can't deal with the pain. I have got one here, sitting through half an hour, 40 minutes of that. Oh, it was so boring.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? So I got my forearm piece done. I just punched myself so hard in the chest that actually really hurt. So I got my forearm done, yeah, and because the tattoo artist I went to, right, he's very good. He's probably the best in the UK, right?
Profesh.
He's very, very good. So he takes his time and he does it properly, right? This looks like it's been printed on my arm. That's how good he is. So he takes his time, right? And normally, a tattoo artist will be a bit quicker. They'll probably do your forearm in like 3-4 hours. But this took 7 hours, right? And because my skin's sensitive.
The detail on it is insane. That's why.
Yeah, the detail is insane. So the first 3 hours of a tattoo is fine. It's a breeze, okay? And then it gets to the 4th hour, and then you start doing the shading. It's like, oh, that's a bit painful, that. And then you go on to the 6th hour, right? The 6th hour is where the pain becomes unbearable.
I bet.
Genuinely unbearable. You start sweating, like you're tapping your legs, you're kind of like shaking a little bit. And then they do the white ink. The white ink is torture, pure torture. The tiny, tiny needles, and they just... That's the worst part. That's where you start to think, is this really worth it?
Yeah, it's because your skin's already raw from what is just happened, and they have to go over it.
Exactly.
With,
and then I was getting people in my comments section, right? I've just realised you've got the headphones on the way round.
I knew it. I knew something was wrong.
This must sound so weird in your ear.
Fuck. It sounds the same. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, that's been messing me up. My equilibrium's been off for the last hour.
So I'm getting people in my comments section like, oh, bro, tattoos don't even hurt. Bruv, you probably have a smiley face on your bum cheek. Shut up. Yeah.
Bum cheeks meant to be the worst part to get tattoos on.
Yeah. This one guy commented, bro, I've got a full sleeve on my arm. It didn't even hurt. Bro had like lightning going up his arm. Bear in mind, it's just thin lines, yeah? It's just literally line work, no shading, no white ink. And he's like, bruv, it doesn't even hurt. Mate.
Listen, no matter what you do in life, right? No matter what you do, there is always going to be people that like to comment on it. And especially if you do what we do, where we post our life and post things that we do, people love to argue. That's one thing that I've learned. People love to argue. Yep. They love to say, well, no. Well, I did this. And people love that aspect of life. They love being able to sit there and be like, well, actually, I'm better than you.
Yeah. This is genuinely the problem with society today, yeah, is you will get more likes, views, and engagement on a video where people comment negative things about you.
If it's controversial. Yeah.
So a controversial video will get you more views. However, if you post a video about you buying your first house and you're the happiest you've ever been, no one will comment on it.
Yeah. I've recently tried to change my For You page to become more wholesome because I realised that mine was so negative. Like, it would be every other video would be a hate comment, like, so I couldn't do it. So now I'm on a more girly side. Do you know what it is? It's the girly side of TikTok's a lot better. I will admit, the male side, like Callum's For You page is so... Sometimes I watch it, I'm just like, this is just brain rot. No wonder everyone's hating on the videos. Whereas mine's a lot more like, cute. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Maybe some more on Book Talk now.
Anyway, ending it on a pretty negative note.
Please. God, I'm going to have to go watch some.
That got morbid real quick, didn't it? Right. I just want to say before we end this episode, if there is anyone watching this that is a producer or knows a producer that can come and help with this and just man the cameras, maybe do a bit of editing for us. It'd be much appreciated. Just send us a DM or even send us an email. It would be much appreciated. I'll say it again, much appreciated if I didn't say it enough.
Thank you for that, Callum. Anyhow, we will see you guys next time for the Bedtime Stories podcast.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks
Peace
for
and
watching.
love, baby.
Bye.